this is Map Focus, where we talk issues in the maritime, in the aviation, in minerals, in port issues. We talk detail about. So today, we are here at IBISTEK Limited, concessionaire of the Port Expansion Project. Okay, so far you've heard about the oil jetty, the 50,000 deadweight capacity oil jetty currently at Takoradi Port, and Takotel, the biggest container divining terminal in Takoradi, ready to be able to accommodate a huge number of containers that will come in after the port is completed. Let's talk about the Takoradi Port expansion, the project itself.
Right.
First of all, why the need for the port expansion at this time?
Well, basically, as we all know, Ghana is becoming the focus of the whole region. So
Ghana is becoming the focus.
The focus.
Okay.
So most of these landlord countries, Burkina, Mali, Niger, Chad, they are all looking at which of the countries can support them develop their economies. With the challenges in West Africa, we all know that Ghana is the most peaceful place to do business. And that is why we believe in IBISTEK that we will have to get ready for Mother Ghana to take advantage of these gaps on the market in West Africa. Tema, as we all know, is choked. So you cannot really look at Tema in terms of expansion significantly to support this drive.
Okay.
And that is where Takoradi comes in handy, because Takoradi, being the #1 port in Ghana, has been relegated to #2. And we believe that with IBISTEK support, Takoradi should be able to come up to compete with all the ports in West Africa. And that is the plan for Takoradi.
Exactly what is the port expansion project about?
Right. The IBISTEK's bit of the Takoradi Port Expansion Project is the construction of a container and multi-purpose terminal in Takoradi. The truth of the matter is the whole Takoradi Port currently, what we call the old port, is just about 5 hectares. IBISTEK's container multi-purpose terminal alone is 62 hectares.
62?
62 hectares. So that tells you about how far we are taking the Takoradi HABOUR.
Okay.
It is very significant. And as you know, and you rightly said it, most of these countries are already talking to IBISTEK and GPHA in terms of using Takoradi HABOUR as their base for goods and services that they need from the outside world.
So basically, when completed, what kind of ships can dock at the port?
Right. Technically, the pilots tells me that they call them the PostPanamax vessels, going to about 360 meters in terms of the length. And that's about twice the current ships that are docking in Takoradi. The project has to do with about minus 16 in terms of the berth. Minus 16 is international. It means that any vessel in the world can dock in Takoradi. Currently, very smaller vessels can dock in Takoradi because it is very shallow. So once we are doing minus 16, it will attract bigger vessels. The PostPanamax vessels can come in with all the containers they are carrying, and it will still be discharged.
The economic impact of the Takoradi Port Expansion Project, what do you think it can be? How well is it going to impact in our economy?
We believe with the projections we have and the financial model we have prepared, the expansion project is going to be very significant in terms of contributing to the GDP of Mother Ghana. And currently, I mean, a classic example is where the landlord countries are currently using competitive ports outside Ghana. As we speak, they all want to divert their consignment through Ghana to the destination. That one alone is going to be significant because they are going to pay Mother Ghana hard currency. IBISTEK obviously is a local company, indigenous company. We are not going to transfer the money anywhere. So the hard currency will stay in Ghana to support the reserves of Ghana. So those are the things that we are looking at in terms of contribution to the economy of Ghana.
One of the challenges you made mention of, we know that is in this shipping business, is delays.
Right.
When the port expansion project is completed, can you tell me that shippers can rely on the fact that when they have to transport or they have to ship through the Takoradi Port, there wouldn't be any delay, hence demurrage charges from shipping lines and all that?
We believe so. We believe so. IBISTEK is currently actually looking at constructing almost 1,500 meter quay, which can hold about 6 ships at a time.
Okay.
And that is significant. In the West Coast region, we don't have that. So in Takoradi, we don't expect vessels to be on anchorage for a long time before they dock at the port. Because any vessel that is ready to dock at the port will have a place to dock. So you don't have to sit on the high seas waiting for another vessel to move out before you come in. That will cut down significantly on the time that most of the vessels are currently wasting on the high seas in West Africa. And we believe that is also going to help in terms of the piracy and the attacks on vessels. All that is going to be cut down because vessels will not have to stay there. They will come to the port for security and other things. So that is how we are looking at Takoradi. So in addition to the benefits of the expansion project, the shipping lines are also going to benefit because we have a longer quay wall and the port will be ready to receive the vessels as and when they are ready. It cuts down on the time it takes for the vessels to stay in a particular region. For instance, if you hire a vessel, you pay based on the time spent in doing your business. So once the port is ready to receive us and when they get to Takoradi, it cuts down significantly on the cost that shippers will pay to the shipping lines. That's number one, in terms of the time it takes them to be at the port. So things like demurrage and other charges will significantly reduce. The other bit is the fuel the vessels use. Because once they are in anchorage on the high seas, they are still powering their engines, using their fuel. But because they can have immediate access to the berth and dock, they save a lot on fuel. And that will also go to the benefit of the shipping lines. So those are the things that we are looking at to, becoming a mutual beneficial issue between the shipping lines, Mother Ghana, IBISTEK, GPHA, and everybody benefits because at the end of the day, the shipper is the ultimate beneficiary.
And whatever the shipper benefits from, whether it's cost or reduction, it transfers to the consumer. So I go to the market and I have to buy this at 10 cedis because the shipper had to incur a lot of costs, the shipping line charged and all that. So
you are so right.
Great. So that's going to help all of us.
That's right.
Now, basically, about the project itself, the port expansion itself, you're explaining about the phase 1 and the phase 2.
So phase 1, as I said from the beginning, is what we call the integrated terminal. So phase 1 is going to handle both containers and multi-purpose cargo. Phase 1 is to do with 600 meter quay with the operational area of about 10 hectares. So that one alone is about twice the existing harbour in Takoradi. Then we have the phase 2 taking over from what is there, which will come with about 52 hectares to take it to the higher heights.
So Takoradi Port, we know, is a very small area.
That's right.
And you are getting all these hectares, these hectares. from the port or at the port, meaning you are going to do some reclamation of.
Exactly. Technically, what we are doing is what they call the dredging and reclamation. Those are the words my engineers have taught me. We are currently dredging up to -16 for the integrated terminal, and we'll be dredging up to -14 for the multipurpose terminal.
Okay.
The dredging material, which is the rocks we are cutting down the sea, is what we are using to reclaim the land. So the 62 hectares I'm talking about is basically we are pushing the sea back and taking
over the land
from the sea to create the land for the operational space.
Right. How long is this going to take?
We expect phase 1 to finish come middle of next year. Operations definitely should start in the 3rd quarter. Phase 2 will start 2 years after that based on our projections. Okay. And once phase 2 starts, the current phase 1 will be converted to a dedicated container terminal with the establishment of the STS cranes and all the other things on phase 1. Okay. And then phase 2 will take over the multipurpose arrangements in Takoradi. Yes.
Takoradi looks good. I can see.
Lots of prospects for Takoradi.
The future looks good at Takoradi. Now, these projects that you are elaborating on all gets together because of money.
Yeah.
And this project is financed by IBISTEK. Am I right?
You are right.
So first of all, I just want to know how much the whole project is estimated to be, how you've been able to work your way around getting finance to even start the project, and your expectation. Are you going to be able to meet the time with regards to financing, make sure that it gets done by 2021? Is everything going to be okay? First of all, how much is it cost?
Okay. The total project cost is about $500 million, $500 million. Phase 1 is costing us $210 million. $210 million for phase 1 is fully secured and it's in place.
Fully secured?
Fully secured and it's in place.
So definitely there's going to be a phase 1 ready for us in 2020?
By middle of next year.
Great.
The funding is available, it's sitting at the bank.
Okay.
And we are just paying the contractor as
waiting.
they work. Yes.
Waiting to be used. Okay.
That's right. And phase 2 funding is also almost completed. We are just waiting for phase 1 to finish construction, and then we'll tie up what we usually call the financial close for phase 2. And then the whole $500 million will be secured for the whole expansion project. So that is assured. I can assure you it's going to happen.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, and how hard has it been for a private Ghanaian company to go out there, look for funds, and venture into a gray area they haven't been there before? How was it? Was it that easy?
It has been a very long road and very difficult. And for me, especially, I think one of the major challenges has been the fact that IBISTEK is an indigenous company venturing into a venture that is reserved for the multinationals. That has been the biggest challenge. So you speak to the financiers and they are looking for your experience. And IBISTEK has none in the port industry. And I think the advantage IBISTEK has been able to get is the team we've been able to put together. Because the team has a lot of experience behind each one of us.
Great.
So coming together in IBISTEK has made IBISTEK formidable in the presence of the lenders. Great. So we can sit in front of every lender and speak the language they know, because we have all been through it before. Not as IBISTEK, but we've been through it. So the funding has been a challenge, but currently, as I said, we've been able to surmount that challenge. And we believe that the sky is the limit from where we are now. Yeah.
Okay. So IBISTEK is doing the port expansion, the tackle and the oil jetty. What are they giving back to society?
Well, IBISTEK, being an indigenous company, is actually looking at the local economy around Takoradi with keen interest.
Okay.
And as we speak, IBISTEK has been able to construct a road from, for those of you who know Takoradi Port, from gate 10 up to the Park Grand Roundabout.
Okay.
It's not a bitumen surface road. It's a road that we have used pavement blocks.
Oh, okay.
And it tells you about how long-term IBISTEK is looking at it.
IBISTEK did that.
IBISTEK did that. And it goes all through to what we call the new Takoradi settlement, which is close to the port, so that they can also have access to good roads. Apart from that, IBISTEK is doing other things that are coming up in terms of renewable energy, water, and other contribution that we can give to the people around the facilities that we are creating.
Okay, so apart from the fact that our monies are not going to be repatriated out of the country, you're also giving the bits and pieces of your social responsibility to the community.
That's exactly what we are doing.
Okay, we are good at going to inspect, so as for map focus, we will inspect. With the one you are talking about, the Park Ground Road, I remember when I went to Takoradi, I saw it, so it's
That's
good.
right.
It's a good thing, and then we'll hope that after you are done, we'll go and inspect and tell the people that indeed you did it.
You are most welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I think putting together all the projects that IBISTEK is currently working on in Takoradi, we can be looking at a figure around $1 billion. That is the Takotel, which is the container terminal, the oil jetty, and then the container multipurpose terminal. And we believe that all these things are being done to international standards. We are going to go for ISO certification for all the projects I've mentioned to you. And it tells you that Ghana is ready for the international market. And with all the things that are happening around us, with the continental free trade and everything, all the other countries can rely on Ghana and look at Ghana as a source of inspiration to get their economies up and running. We believe every shipper, everybody in the space of shipping should be looking at Takoradi Harbour, because Takoradi Harbour is coming up with something that hasn't happened in the West Coast before, in terms of the size of the port we are developing, in terms of the vessels that can dock in Takoradi, in terms of accessibility of Takoradi and the closeness of the countries around Ghana. Everything goes for Takoradi. And I would encourage everybody to be looking at Takoradi. There's something special coming up.
There's something special coming up in Takoradi, and that is what my focus have also seen. And today, that's why we are here speaking with the Chief Executive Officer of IBISTEK Limited, Dr. Nana Saki. Thank you so much, Nana, for taking time of your busy schedule to speak with my focus. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're most welcome.
And thank you too for watching. Stay tuned as we bring to you more interviews. My name is Esi Boateng, and this is Map Focus.